Oil versus water-based finish. A long-time debated topic amongst floor refinishers. Let's break it down. On this board, I have 3 coats of water-based finish and 3 coats of oil-based finish. These have aged out for about 5 years now. This board does an excellent job of showing why many people choose water-based finish over oil. We have 3 woods across this board. White oak through here, maple through here, and yellow pine through here. The oil-based side is incredibly yellow, while the water-based side may have taken on a tiny bit of yellow, but it's almost nothing. Oil-based finish turns very yellow. It's going to get even more yellow than this, and if it's in the sunlight, the effect is multiplied. Water-based finish, on the other hand, stays relatively clear throughout the remainder of its life. Durability. All these scratches are going to be very hard for you to see on camera, but they're the scratches down here and the scratches down here. In my opinion, the scratches on the water-based finish are much easier to see than the scratches on the oil-based. Oil-based has a great reputation for durability. It dries softer than water-based finish, but the scratches just do not show up the same. Whatever finish you go with is going to scratch. If you look at epoxy tables at restaurant or even polished concrete, those are both incredibly hard surfaces, but they're covered in scratches. So it's not about if it's going to scratch, it's about what are the scratches going to look like. In my opinion, the scratches in oil-based finish are just a little bit harder to see than in water-based finish, but it is a very minor difference. The main reason I believe oil-based gets a reputation for being more durable is that it goes on thicker. Water-based finish, when applied, is very easy to put on super thin. Contractors can save a lot of money putting your water base on super thin. Oil base, on the other hand, is a much thicker finish when it's wet, and it just goes down thicker. So 3 coats of oil base can be a lot thicker than 3 coats of water base if the water base finish was not applied properly. If they put the water base finish down the way the manufacturer wants you to, they're going to be exactly the same thickness. Both products are supposed to cover between 400 and 500 square feet per gallon. With high quality modern water-based finishes, I think that the durability is potato. It is very similar. Let's talk about toxicity. Oil base is much higher in unhealthy chemicals and VOCs, which stands for volatile organic compounds. This is 500 VOC. That is standard. No, I'm not a scientist, so don't expect me to go too in depth on this. But those are the chemicals that are bad for you. The things that when you breathe them in, they leave you feeling kind of high, kind of lightheaded. And the government has decided that they are not good for you. And that is why all chemicals are going to say how many VOC per gallon is in them. Water-based, on the other hand, has considerably less. This is about 500. This is about 150. So it's much healthier for you to be around this one here. One of the big reasons that wood floor guys have pushed towards water-based finishes over the last 10 years is that they are much healthier to be around. Your finishing contractors have to be around this stuff 5 days a week. That is not good for you. So working with a much healthier product like Berger Sideless Green Star is very important. I personally care a ton about not breathing unhealthy finishes. So this is our main go-to product. Let's talk odor. The smell while the process is happening and the smell that lingers in your home for the next month is a big deal. Oil-based finish is incredibly high in odor. The fumes from it drying and off-gassing will literally bring tears to your eyes if you don't have good ventilation in the space. This odor lingers for at least a month quite strongly, and after that, it still is just a little bit in the air. Water-based, on the other hand, is still a strong smell, but much less so than oil-based. Its smell goes away relatively quickly. Let's talk cost. Oil-based finish is much more affordable. You can buy a good oil-based finish for $50 to $70 per gallon, while many water-based finishes can run you anywhere from $100 to $150 per gallon. Dry times. You want to get your project done quick, you need your products to dry quick. Oil-based dries in between 8 and 12 hours in good conditions. In bad conditions, cold temperatures, low circulation, or really high humidity, I've seen oil-based take over 24 hours to dry, sometimes even more than that. Water-based finish, on the other hand, in bad conditions will still dry in usually 4 hours or so. In good conditions or hot conditions, water-based finish is actually a little bit more difficult to apply because it dries so quickly. Water-based finish usually dries in 2 to 3 hours per coat. With oil-based finish, you're never going to do more than 1 coat in a day. You need 3 coats, that's 3 days you got to be off the floor. Water-based finish, we'll do 2 coats one day, final coat the next day. Cure times. Just like oil-based dries slower, it cures slower. Generally speaking, oil-based finishes don't reach full cure for about a month, and you have to be very careful with them for the first week. With water-based, it varies across the board. Water-based finishes cure much faster. This one reaches full cure in 48 hours. Water-based finish makes for a much faster overall process. So if you're trying to stay in your house while the refinish process is going on, you're probably going to have to leave for the oil-based. Between the slow dry times and the strong odors, it's going to be very unpleasant to be living in your house, and you're not going to be able to walk on the floors for large sections of time. With water-based finishes, we have people stay in their houses all the time. We just tell them you can't be on the floor during these dry time windows, and it's not that big of a deal. Wood flooring contractors have extremely strong opinions on oil versus water-based finish. The truth of the matter is that both types of finish could be a great choice for you. You just need to know what the pros and cons are so you can make your own decision. Here is how I would sum it up in my own opinion. Oil-based finish is a great, durable, budget-friendly option, but it's got some serious downsides. It's unhealthy, smells really bad, it dries really slow, and it turns yellow. Most floors don't look very good yellow. On the other hand, water-based finish may cost a lot more, but it has a lot of upsides. Much healthier to be around, much faster dry times, much less odor, similar durability levels, stays clear over time. For some special instances, I might still break out an oil-based finish, but generally speaking, I am going to go with the water-based every single time. It is simply a superior product, but you decide for yourself. If you guys are looking for an easy-to-use, durable finish for finishing your own floors or woodworking projects, we've linked the best one down in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, check out one of these videos popping up on your screen right now.